What's going on, everybody? This is ECAST, the producer, and welcome to ECAST, the Experience 2026. Today, we have an artist coming from Aromas, and he sets a crazy tone in the hip-hop scene, rap scene, with a new chime in the whole A31 era. So, I'm excited to introduce to you this guy, but before that, let's take a quick message from our sponsors.
Here at ECAST Music Group, it's always bigger than the music. It's about the whole culture. And if you're chasing that sound, you already know looking fresh is not an option. That's why we're tapping in with Perfect Timing Barbershop right next door in Soledad. They're not just shaping fades, they're shaping confidence. Nominated Best Barbershop in Soledad for 2025. This is far from your average shop. Pull up to 138 Oak Street, lock in your appointment at perfecttimingbarbershop.com, and when you walk in, let them know ECAST sent you. They'll have you looking studio ready, stage ready, life ready.
Without further ado, let's welcome Scoe.
What's up?
What's up, my guy? Welcome to ECAST, the Experience, bro. How you feeling?
Feeling great, bro. Thank you for having me.
Man, I'm excited for having you here, bro. It's been a long time coming. We kind of like been discussing back and forth. Man, I gotta come down and whatnot. But man, you finally here, bro.
Dude.
How was your holidays?
It was good, bro. I honestly didn't do too much. Spent it with my family for sure, and then
That's
barbecued,
cool.
made food and stuff like that, bro.
That's what's up. And
Yeah.
happy New Year, man. It's a brand new year, bro. The year of the horse. I call this year the year of pedal to the metal, bro.
Dude, facts. I honestly feel that like with the group and like the stuff that I have coming out and kind of how I envision the year, more singles driven and kind of taking a step back from I guess whole length projects and just being
Yeah.
like, let me drop a single a month or every however often and dropping videos and just kind of promotion, because that was like my biggest like negative area in what I was doing.
I think
felt
that's
like.
something that a lot of artists can relate that, man. It is one of those things.
I think like I don't know, it's like the social media era coming into like you got to be an artist plus like
An artist,
What is it?
promotion, content manager, and all that stuff. Yeah,
and it's like you kind of want to be back in those old days where it's like maybe you just get found and then somebody will just, but
right.
like that's not how it works.
Yeah. So, bro, let's take it back, bro. Who is Scoe, bro? Tell
Scoe?
us.
Shit, I'm just a regular dude, musician, somebody that grew up in Aromas, born in Santa Cruz. Always lived in the A31 my entire life.
Oh, awesome.
And just always loved music. Grew up around it. My brother plays saxophone, the bass. My sister sings and stuff. And I just always had like a love for music. And so when I got to the age of being able to make it, and then also I found other people like in high school that were like, oh, I want to make music or whatnot. And then that was like my leap into it was going to my friend's studio, and he had FL Studio, and we just had a booth in his room. He had like the Focusrite, what is it, bundle set?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, we get in there and we literally don't know how to record. We dead serious.
YouTube was lacking tutorials back then.
Bro, we went in there and we would just hit the record button on the top, not arm the mic to the recording. And so we would record and we'd be like, bro, it's not coming back. And we literally spent hours, didn't do anything the entire day. But then the next week, my homie learned how to arm a track. And then from there, we started making stuff. And that was it.
Damn, bro. I actually can relate to that, bro. I actually, mine wasn't the Focusrite bundle. I had the Presonus bundle, which was the same thing, the kind of competition, the same thing. And yeah, I spent hours endlessly trying to figure out how to record myself.
Yeah, I think the DAW was the most struggle.
Yeah.
You know? But that's basically me. That's like my background, you know? Just kind of always had a music background and just always grew up in the A31. Found people that were wanting to make music. And then I started, understood that it wasn't where I wanted it to be. And like it didn't sound the way I wanted it to, and just was like, I'm gonna figure this out. And that's the whole journey of how I got here, was just like this, I want to do it, so I'm going to.
Great, bro. I mean, I think that's the best way to kind of like achieve any goal. You set your mind to it and you just do it.
Yeah.
You know, bro, but I have a curious question I have to ask because a lot of people still know you as Roscoe. Why
Yeah.
Scoe now?
Dude, to be honest, well, at first I was going by R.Osco, and then I was like, I don't really like how that looks, and stuff, so I changed it to Roscoe, but my Spotify page would only still be R.Osco, even after I changed it through the DistroKid. And then honestly, everybody like I don't know, you've probably met Joel,
Yeah,
Joe
yeah, yeah.
Soul. He would call me Scoe all the time, and honestly, I've never been called that my entire life. And so I was like, at first, and then Jacob started saying it too, and then I was like, damn, this shit's kind of catching on. And then
Okay.
I figured it just seemed a lot more like uh like branded, you know, like it looks better, and I feel like it's easier to find.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
And also, I kind of wanted to be like, I kind of do that. I've done this before where I've changed my name and whatnot. And it's kind of like a shedding skin thing where it's like, okay, I have songs that I love as Roscoe, like Call on You, Sinker. Like, there's a lot of songs that I'm like, these are songs that I'm proud of. But then there's songs that I feel like they were good, but there's like, they're missing that like finished quality to it, you know? And I was like, if I'm gonna come into this new year like this, I want to have a clean slate, and I want to be quality over the quantity aspect.
Okay. That was, I mean, I guess a lot of artists go through the trial and error phase. And like you said, having a clean slate with a new branded name makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So that way, okay, this is no game time now. Now we're in the real life. This is for reals. All that practice, like my homie, one of my best friend, he's from Chicago, and he's like, bro, he keeps telling me, no, that was just practice run. That was just practice run. I was like, well, this time, practice is done. We on in real life now. You know what I'm saying? So this time around, it's just let's get the action going, bro. So tell me about some of your creative process, like, because you're also a producer.
Yeah.
How long you been doing music? Like, as you started, like with your homie, like that too?
Yeah. 2016 was the first time I like went into a studio, but even since I was honestly 4th, 3rd grade, I was writing raps.
Man.
Like, I was writing poems and stuff like that as a kid, and I grew up, you know, like, you know how there's this is real hip hop aspect of like certain like people be like, oh yeah, like I only listen to real hip hop.
Oh yeah.
That was the type of kid I was. You know, like, I was like an old head as a kid. Like I was listening to like NWA, Tupac, Notorious,
B.I.G.
I was listening to Eminem. Like honestly, bro, like I really love the craft. Like I'm so into rap and like the history of it. I was listening to Eric B and Rakim at like 8, 9. You know what I'm saying? So Ice Cube, 8, 9, like stuff like that, and listening to whole albums. You know?
Yeah.
So I had always like loved rap, and like I would write and stuff as a kid, but then once I got older, it was always like there. Like I played sports and stuff, and I did basketball and all that, but for some reason, like I always had this vision in my head. I was like, I'm going to make music, and like and just that was like my goal. So I got to high school, and I have a friend goes by Barrick. So I met him in Spanish class, and we're just messing around, and we're talking, and I was like, oh yeah, like I write music and stuff, and he's like, you know, I want to produce and all that, and he also wanted to rap at that time, and he ended up getting all the stuff to record, and from there, that's when I went to his house, and then after we figured out how to record, we started recording. We record like pretty often, almost like every weekend, and that was basically the start, 2016, and then I just kind of kept doing it. I got all my stuff and figured out how to do it. Got like a terrible laptop that would crash on me all the time. I got the Focusrite and everything, and I tried to learn how to mix. Back then, I tried to learn how to produce too, but it just wasn't there yet. And then honestly, I started sitting with my brother during COVID, and he plays instruments. Like he could play,
he's
the
a musician.
piano and like the saxophone and all this. And I had originally I went to MPC and I took music theory, but I ended up dropping out of
Mm.
school. And I honestly, bro, like book wise, I could not understand what he was trying to say to me. And then I start sitting with my brother and I'm watching him play chords and he's like, oh, like this is the key that we're in, blah, blah,
Mm.
blah. Like this is the whole step, half step,
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
And I as I'm visualizing and watching him do it, I start to be like, okay, like this is how you play in scale. This is when you can go out of scale
Mm.
and stuff like that, you know? And honestly, just watching tutorials and stuff like that. And then from there, that was when I really started to learn how to like produce.
That's so
stuff.
dope, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of jealous, bro. A lot of the guys that have come around, they discovered how to produce early on. Even though I started music when I was 5 years old, I started becoming a musician, right? I didn't discover the art of producing and recording till later. I mean, I guess I don't want to date myself, but I'm up there. I'm an unk, so I actually discovered that probably maybe at the same age, but the technology wasn't there yet.
Oh yeah.
So it was harder to kind of like get. I remember the first interface that I ever got was like a Tascam. I don't know, like an old Tascam 2-channel thing, and that was a pain in the ass to just set up. I had a crappy ass laptop. I think we all started with that,
Oh, yeah.
but I never figured it out until like years after that as well. You know what I'm saying? So I started kind of like asking other people around me who had been in the game and how to record. I mean, shout out to Angel Lewis. He's an engineer and producer too from Puerto Rico, and that's where I first got my first kind of like steps on how to record and stuff. But it wasn't production.
Mm-hmm.
And when I delved into production, I was like, aha. So then I went to school, but this was like years after, went to school and learned and I applied my musical skills into the production, which was so different. But that's cool that you guys get kind of like to discover that more up front, in your early career, man. Bro, so what is your writing process more like? Like, how do you get inspired? Like, do you start like with like writing a poem, or do you kind of like musically go towards a certain sound or whatnot?
Honestly, it's kind of like, for me at least, once the beat is like done, if I'm working on my own beat, like once it's done, then I'll start thinking of stuff. Or like while I'm making like chords or something, I'll be like, okay, this sounds like this.
Mm.
And then from there, honestly, it's kind of just like my first thought type of thing. And then it's like building on that. So usually I come up with like the chorus or something first. And then from the chorus, I'm like, this is the attitude that this gives, or like this is the feeling that this gives. So like let me try to like be on, what is it, theme the entire way through, But yeah, usually it's usually like the hook first, and then from there I'll just try to write.
I could relate.
It's really not like a deep like thought process. Obviously what I'm saying I am thinking about, and I care about like how I'm able to, I don't know, bend the words in a sense, but overall, I think the one thing I've learned as I've been making music is that as an artist, you have to trust like how you listen to music and how you view it. Because if you sit there and you're like, I need to make a song like this or whatever, the reason that people like listen or care about your art is because of your taste, and your taste is what you like in music. So like just make what you like, and that's kind of,
it transcends to the other people, to your fans, for example. They gonna relate, to what you like. No, I dig that, bro. What's the favorite part of creating when it comes to creating?
Sorry.
No, go for it, bro.
For me, dude, it's honestly that end product when you get a song that you love so much that you just want to like burn it out, and like you're like sitting there, bro. I'll sit there literally. I'll stay up almost like until 2 a.m. just replaying a song that I really love, and I'll be like, damn, like I'm stoked on this. Like I can't wait for it to drop. And then I'll get to a point where I've listened to it so much that I'm like, this isn't coming out. But that feeling, like when you make something that you love and you like want to share it with people, is like the I think just in general, I feel like art across all mediums, when you're done with like the painting or like this video shoot or whatever that you've done, and you're able to sit back and be like, my idea came to life. That feeling, that's my favorite part of the creative.
And when do you know that those ideas are done? That's kind of like hard, bro. Because me as a producer, at first, like I didn't know how to control that. I was like, I don't think it's done yet. I don't think it's done. But how do you know specifically when your song is done? Or if you even know, or it's a feeling sometimes. I get that.
I think it's mainly the feeling, but like it's when you got to just learn to let go. I think that's like something that was hard for me, is that you want to keep on like, oh, let me add these background vocals, or this spot sounds like it's like missing something or whatever. But then you got to be like, I'm happy overall with like this product or like this thing that I made. And then you got to go on to the next.
Has it happened that after you put out the song, it's like, man, I should have done this?
You know, it's dry.
It's all good.
My fault. Yeah, there's a lot of songs that I would like listen back to and be like, I don't really like what I did right here, you know? Or like whatever. But I think once it's out in the world, the good thing, the one thing I'm really good at is like, once it's out in the world, I let it go. Like,
okay, that's good then.
I'll promote it and stuff, but I'm not, and this might also be a bad thing, I'm not very on it with like the analytics or whatever, or like how people see stuff or whatever. Like I learned really young that everybody has their own thing, and like sometimes I'm not for somebody, like, and I can't be for everybody, and that's fine. Like I'm okay if people don't like my music or whatever, if somebody's like disappointed in something I put out. So like usually when the song's done and out, I just kind of,
that's like, a good skill to have, honestly, bro, because a lot of people just think about music and, oh, that's my baby, that's my baby, that's my baby. And I'm not gonna
shout out Danny V.
Shout out my baby. Oh, my internal joke, I guess.
I'm sorry, I heard it 3 times. I was like, bruh. I got
bro. You. Oh, where's she coming from? Anyways.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know, exactly. Yeah, and they don't release, you know, they get too emotionally attached to the art, and they forget that art is just for everybody. If it's just for you, then I think some people should reevaluate their purpose. If it's just personal art, that's great. But if you kind of like, for example, music, and I know artists, man, it's so talented, bro, super talented singers, musicians, but there's this lack of letting go, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Letting go is so important, bro, in music, especially if you want to make some sort of kind of like connection with the audience. You know what I'm saying? You got to put that stuff out there. I don't think perfection, it's only perfect for you. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else is going to relate just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm, you know, it's a good skill to have, to kind of like let go early on. That way you kind of like just keep on focusing on what's next and what's next.
Yeah, I think it's important. Like for me, the way I learned this lesson was back in the day when I would put out music and I would send it to everybody, like terrible promotional thing, you know, like sending it to everybody, spam everybody on Snapchat. And like this person like responded and was just like, you need to stop. Like, this is terrible.
I used to do that too, man.
Bro. And honestly, at that time, like, it's when you put your life and like your experiences and like, yeah, like negative life experiences, and you're like putting your like heart out there, you know, it hurts to hear like somebody like kind
You
of just
suck, or
destroy
something
your
like
dream.
that.
But I think it's like almost important for every artist to go through to understand, be like, you know what, like, yeah, this is probably not the best way to respond to somebody about
Yeah.
it, but to each their own, and that's fair. Like
Right.
if that's what made that person happier for the day,
Exactly.
like I guess that's what they got to do, you know. And for
Bro.
me, I just got to learn to like let go of that and be like, my thing and what I like to do and whatnot might not be celebrated or appreciated by everybody, but as long as it's keeping me alive and happy, I got to keep doing myself. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bro, that's honestly one of those when I started kind of like putting myself out there, which wasn't really a long time. Man, I mean, I've been in bands and stuff like that when I was younger, but when the production scene, I honestly started putting myself out there like a couple years ago, maybe 2019 or so,
Mm.
after I finished school for production. And a lot of people started sending me stuff, and I forgot to disconnect my musical mind into the kind of like, and this is something that you kind of practice at school. They make you kind of like give you know your how do you call that, the freaking your colleagues at school feedback, how to give them feedback, and how to kind of like create a thick skin. But a lot of people started sending me stuff, and it was horrible. And I was like, man, I know a couple of people that I actually, if it weren't for me, they probably didn't even graduated school. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like, I was kind of tough at the beginning. Then I learned, I was like, you know what? I gotta be a little bit subjective more into what they're thinking, and kind of like think their way in order to understand what was the vision. And it wasn't until I did that I kind of like finally let go of that kind of like, nah, that's horrible, bro. Like, try it again. You know what I'm saying?
It's learning to be to speak and have it be like receptive, you know, like
Exactly.
you don't want to, like, if you come in tearing something down, nobody's gonna learn, because
Exactly.
immediately once you feel like I need to defend myself, then you just shut off all your brain of like reception.
And I
how you're gonna
always
deal with
want to
it.
be that person that you can approach. I was a teacher. I was a music teacher back home, and I always encourage my students to reach out. You know, if you have questions, if you got I don't know, a doubt, if you have an idea, something, reach out, because that's the best way. But I kind of I kind of a little bit forgot about that through my military service, because everything was so rigid, you know, that my mind kind of like switched.
Yeah.
And it wasn't on. Now I'm all about what's next? What are we gonna do new? You know, I'm stepping into every project that I do with a fresh mind, a clean slate, and I don't kind of like hesitate to be like, okay, let's try this new idea. Let's try what you bring into the table, because I want to keep myself teachable, which I tell everybody. I want to learn all the time. I don't want to think that I know it all. The day that I do that, bro, I fail.
That's when the ignorance creeps in.
Yeah,
for sure.
I fail.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I mean, man, this is a good story, bro. Let's dig into a part 2, bro.
All right.
Let's talk about mental health, man. A little bit of real talk, man. How's your mental health today?
Today, honestly, I would say in this last year, it's been better than I've like ever really experienced. Anybody that has listened or knows me, they know like my own trials and tribulations. I put all of that so much into my music, and just I on the social media aspect, I don't really push out my internal thought as much, just because I like my anonymity with like people that know me really know how I am or whatever. But in this last year, honestly, like I've really changed as a person, just in terms of mental health. Like I've become so much more accepting of things, and not very like, I don't feel like everything is a personal thing. A big thing I think for this year was I read this book, The Four Agreements. If anybody's read it, they know. But that like really opened my eyes to like to the change and acceptance. And honestly, it's been like the best year I've had. Like when I have bad things happen, I don't just immediately go, this is happening because of me, or like, you know, or like I'm destined to be in a negative space or whatever. And coming from like,
I don't have control of it.
Exactly. I try to, and honestly, I've gotten a little bit more, I know outside, like in things you're not supposed to talk about, politics, religion, or whatever, but I've become a little bit more receptive to God, and just like to this idea that like, even in my negative days or whatever, there's purpose for me and stuff. So I'd say in this last year, I've just let go, you know, let go of this like idea of trying to control the things that are out of my control, you know?
Having a higher power, and I believe this, everybody, even if you say you're atheist or whatever, I'm sure you believe in something higher than yourself.
Yeah.
And having a higher power in your life, it gives you more purpose. Definitely, it gives you more purpose. It aligns your mental, you know, stability. It's something that I can see. Once I actually connected myself to my roots again, for the last, I've been consistent now 2 years. You know, I've been going to church and all this stuff, and I've noticed how my mental health changed as well.
Yeah.
Because I had a higher purpose. I have a sense of like I belong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, I ask this question to everybody because it's very important, especially in the arts. You know, because arts, it's about emotions, right? And we get entangled with our emotions, and sometimes we just dwell in it for too much, and it doesn't help. It doesn't help. So what are some of the things that you do to kind of protect your mental health?
Well, first, the first thing I want to say too is therapy. Therapy helped me a lot. That was something, just releasing my ego and being like, hey, I need some help. I need to like learn how to go through life and process my traumas a positive way. So that was something that first off I would recommend, even if you're not just in this like super dark pit. Understanding yourself is very important. But I kind of lost my train of thought. I'm trying to get
it. Therapy's good. Therapy's good, actually. I did. Honestly, I'm not afraid to say it. You know, I was on medication. They had put me on medication, and I did therapy for 5 years straight, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I just finally finished my last round last month, bro.
That's amazing, bro.
To me, it's an accomplishment. It's like letting go of that, especially on men, because culturally, men are more negative towards that aspect. It's you know.
I think, I mean, it's that like that head of the household mentality. Like we always will have to do the hard work job, you know, like when it comes to emotional, we have to be the strength. Which isn't like a negative thing in terms of our masculinity. But I think that gets misconstrued, and then we start processing masculinity and strength as like emotional like avoidance. And you got to learn to be strong, but also be there, you know? Like when something happens, a family member passes or whatever, like, yeah, you want to be strong and look strong for your kids and for your wife or whatever. But also you should be able to be like, hey, I'm hurt as well. And like, we all are going through this together, you know, and I'm going to take this role and be strong, but I'm also a person too. And I think that it's easy for us as men to just kind of lose this idea that we're human beings, you know, emotionally. And it's also seen as weak outside, where it's like, oh, like
I think society's doing much better with that. Shoot, I would say 10, 12 years ago, it was probably a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
and I'm glad that kind of like people are getting over that oh no, I'm I don't know, the strongest man in the world or whatever mentality, you know. You know, we just humans, bro. You
Exactly.
know, we're here one day, tomorrow we don't know.
Exactly.
So being conscious enough to say, you know, I gotta take care of myself, and this goes not only to your mind, also to your health and overall. You know, gotta take care of myself. Instead of I'm not gonna go see a doctor because I don't trust doctors. It's like you gotta know that life, the higher power, whatever you call it, set that specific person to do that because that's their calling. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
know what they're talking about. So give yourself a little bit more trust in that sense. And I think you know, and the world is crazy right now, bro. There's a lot of things going on. A
Yeah.
lot of things. And I get it. Sometimes people don't want to be receptive. But if you let go, like you say, if you let go of that inner self, like wants you to hold back on a lot of things, bro, you're gonna advance so much. And also watch your circle, bro, because everything that surrounds you affects you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and if you got people that looks out for you and just keeps pushing you, bro, you only gonna propel. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There's no going back on that. There's no going back on that.
That's
So,
true.
man, thanks for sharing that, bro. Honestly, so what's next, bro? What's next for Scoe?
Dude. Underdog tape. That's honestly what I'm. Well, first, I got my song "Jump" coming out on my birthday.
Jump.
On my birthday, January 16th, my song.
What? Your
Jump comes
birthday's
out. Yeah. Next week.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I feel like you were a cha-cha-cha guy.
You. I don't know
When
that.
people sing happy birthday.
Cha-cha-cha. Oh, nah, bro. I'm old school, bro. Cha-cha-cha.
Nah, yeah. So Jump, Mad Jump promo. Probably a music video. Underdog tape got mad songs on there. I tried to get on everything I possibly could because I was like, I want this new rebrand to be. I want the Underdog. Honestly, I wanted the Underdog tape to drop before I drop music,
Mhm.
and I wanted to be like, from there, just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
And so what's cool still, because I still have Jump, and then I got the Underdog tape, then single, promo, everything, music videos, just like honestly hit the ground running and keep sprinting. This year I'm trying to put beyond just like this idea of like, oh, like, this is the vision, like it's belt to ass. Like I'm here to stay and I'm doing what I need to do. I got my camera. If I'm not around other people that shoot shit, I'm shooting all my videos. Like I'm doing this. I'm learning
Getting
how to
out
do
there.
all exactly because it's at the end of the day, nobody's gonna hold your hand. And as much as I have been helped, I gotta help myself as well.
Facts.
And that's
a
what
huge statement
2026
right
is. You know, like bro, I'm
Facts.
turning 25 years old.
You're a
I'm in
baby,
school.
man. I mean,
like-
you're young, but that's a good thing
No, yeah.
because you got a whole lot of things to accomplish, bro.
It's that gears turn like now this idea of like responsibility, like I'm on top of it a lot more than when I was younger, especially when I was in the worst parts of my mental health. Like I was kind of just like, I don't care. Like to be honest, like, and this is like super dark, but I already had a vision. Like I made a song called I Wrote a Letter last year. It came out on my project, Roscoe with I Am 2K, mixed by Jacob. But the song I Wrote a Letter is about me as a younger self writing a suicide letter. And basically like my whole idea, I don't know if I could say that, unalivement letter.
I mean, it's a suicide note.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's good. A suicide note. Talk about it straight
yeah.
because that's the best way to people kind of like, okay,
Yeah. So I'd always had this vision by the time I hit 25, if I wasn't like doing well in the music scene or whatever, like there was nothing for me in this life. And that was the time limit I gave myself. I was like, I was very negative as a younger person. I had my own complex situations with my own traumas. Everybody's got their own family issues and stuff like that and how you perceive it. So my outlook on life was I have music and art. If I can't be doing something with this by the time I hit 25, it's over.
Mm.
But now I'm 25 and my mentality's changed. And I'm more aware of like my responsibilities, what I want for myself in my life, and how to get there. Like I said, like I'm in school full time. Like I'm a full time student. Um, I'm also a full time worker. I shoot and do content, make music, all of that. And like I think that like that brain chemistry switch started to turn when I was like mid 24, when I was just kind of like starting to realize I was like, I'm okay with doing all of this. I'm okay with working my ass off to like figure it out, you know?
Right, right.
And like actually I'm proud of it. I'm more happy that I'm able to do all of these things,
Right.
and stay on task and like get what I need to get done. So that's why like this year I can feel it. It's like I'm not willing to stop at all. I'm doing everything I can because I'm 25, and like if I keep waiting, there's no other time except
And
for
you
now.
will, bro. You will, man. Honestly, I can relate to that, bro, because I remember telling my wife when I was about when I was in my 30 somethings, early 30s. I told her if by 35 she always wanted at least 2 kids. And by 35 I didn't make this, I'll give you a kid. We'll have another kid. And I'm 37 now. Our baby daughter turned actually 3 a couple of days ago.
Oh, congratulations.
And
That's
thanks,
crazy.
bro. And I mean, that was the promise that if we're doing this and I make it, then the family's gonna keep growing. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're doing, and setting yourself that switch. I mean, mine came a little bit later because I didn't have the knowledge to. I was looking for that knowledge. Plus, I was working and doing all these other ventures. Now I'm lucky enough to do this full time, you know. But before it wasn't that. So I can relate to the feel of I can do this. It's like that. I've been singing lately. Anything you can do, I can do better. And it's not in an ego way, but in a way of I can also do it.
It's a self-belief thing.
Yeah, it's a self-belief. So definitely, bro. And I'm shooting like with which, bro, a lot of the things that I've learned is from Danny from our soul, that I've picked their brain and they've helped me. Which, I mean, shit, man. I am be graceful, bro, and honor that you're actually a part of the whole thing, because you guys are making just amazing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's crazy standing next to. I've even had this conversation with Soul, just on like a personal thing. Just it's insane standing next to like real giants. You know, like that's how at least for me, that's how I see it. Especially because I came in to the Underdogs as a fan, like as somebody that was watching Soul's content before even the Underdogs. You know?
Yeah, you kind of mentioned that before we start.
Back when it was like the Wavy Guys or Wavy Boys or something like that. But I was watching that during COVID times with my brother, and like I'd always wanted to make a video with Soul and like all that. And so like me like standing here, and it's like these dudes are crazy good at what they do, you know? And you see it, and like, and then I'm supported too by them, and it's just like this like cycle of like support
system, a support system.
Exactly. It's like the first time I've ever been a part of like a team that's like in gear.
That's wonderful, bro.
And so it's like I every time I talk to Danny or I talk to anybody in the group, and I'm just like I really learned so much just watching the process or how they attack what they're doing or whatever.
Moving with a purpose, bro.
Exactly. And it's one of the things I think I try to do the best is just like be a sponge and like watch what's going on, you know?
Yeah. All right, bro. So, I mean, 2 questions. Where do you see yourself in 2 to 5 years? And what would you tell your younger self?
This one's kind of crazy. All right. So I have like this, I believe in the power of now. heavily. That's another book I read, back to the mental health thing. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle was a big eye opener for me. So I always try to move with the intent that all I have is right now. The future and the past no longer exists. Like every day, as long as I do something that I'm proud of, or every day as long as I keep moving forward, all I can do is what's happening right now. So I try not to, just for me, because it leads to a negative thing.
No, of
where
course.
I start to see the future and I'm like, if I'm not getting closer to that, then I'm starting to fail. So I try to relieve myself of that. But if I didn't, in 2 to 5 years, I want to be doing shows. I want to, if I'm not, I don't really, it's weird because like I love the music and I want to obviously profit, but I also don't want to look at it that way. I appreciate the art form, but if I can get enough fans to sustain my life and to make music full time, that's what I want to do in 2 to 5 years. If not, I'll be going to school to become a therapist.
Wow.
That's what I'm
wow. That's actually cool, man. Yeah. That's actually really cool.
And if I could say something to my younger self, I would say just keep doing things and understand that like not everything is in your control, and appreciate the people around you, because not all the time they're going to be there. Appreciate those times that you have to just do nothing and be around somebody you love. Really be in the moment. I think I spent so much time in like depressive episodes or anxious episodes where I would be out and I would be with friends and enjoying it, but I wasn't like there, you know? And if I could go back and be like, just enjoy this, like don't think outside of
the little moments
scenario.
Counts.
Exactly. Like enjoy this and care. Like the memory is all you have. So that would be it, is just enjoy the moment and keep going. Like I know back then I would have been like, yeah, whatever. Like, you know,
yeah,
super stubborn. But I would say that with time comes understanding, and trust time for sure. And enjoy the time that you spend with people.
Amazing, bro. Time is the only currency you can only spend once. So spend it wisely, people. So, well, man, Scoe, thank you so much, man, for this conversation. This has been so inspiring. I can't wait to see what's next, honestly. And I can't wait what's coming after in this studio session that we're about to embark. So people, don't forget to actually subscribe. Where they can find you, bro?
Everywhere at Scoe. Instagram is, I believe it's Call Me Scoe.
Call Me Scoe.
Call Me Scoe. Instagram. TikTok Scoe knows. I am not on X. I don't do that. Facebook is for my family.
Yeah.
But Scoe on all platforms. But when this video comes out, you'll probably be able to link Jump or something like that.
Okay.
So in the link, go check out
We'll
Jump.
definitely put out Jump out in the link. And also there's Duct Tape is coming out as well, where all the underdogs are going to be at, especially Scoe as well. So stay tuned, people. I mean, bro, again, thank you so much for being here, man. It's my pleasure to have this conversation with you and finally have you here with me. And let's get into a creative status. So, people, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, everything. Go follow my boy Scoe. Also, remember, this is only part 1 of a 3-part series. So this is exclusive chat. Next, we're going to have the beat breakdown and studio track after our session. So like I tell you all the time, please stay consistent, stay creative, and be teachable. Catch you on the next one.